Fever facing gut check moment as injuries. Losses pile up. Indianapolis life without Caitlin Clark was already going to be challenging for the Fever over the next 2 weeks, as Wednesday's loss to the Dream showed. But the difficulty was amplified by several degrees on Friday. Sydney Colson, the only other point guard on the roster, left the game in the first quarter with a left leg injury and did not return. After being forced to recalibrate on the fly, the Fever then lost Sophie Cunningham, who had become the de facto point guard in the absence of Clark and Colson, late in the fourth quarter as she re-aggravated an ankle sprain from the preseason. While DeWanna Bonner led a spirited rally, the previously winless Sun held off the Fever to not only pick up their first win of the season, but hand the Fever their fourth loss in the opening 6 games. "It's hard when you keep losing people," Bonner said post-game, "like you try to piece it together, and we came in with a one-game plan, and then you lose your other point guard, so you got to pivot on the fly, and we're a new team at that. We were still trying to figure out when we had Clark and Colson, then you lose those 2 pieces. Like, you lose Clark, we regroup. Then you lose Colson, then you have to regroup. So just trying to stay together and stay positive and get through the storm right now. That storm is creating rough waters for the Fever early in the year." After starting fast offensively against the Sun, Indiana was dealt its first blow. Late in the first period, Colson went down during a scramble for a loose ball and had to be helped off the court and into the locker room. I think at the end of the first quarter into the second, it was like a gut punch, and then we had to really reconfigure what we were doing on the offensive end. Head coach Stephanie White said post-game it affected us in the second quarter. No doubt, not having another primary ball handler, while the Fever had to take a by-committee approach to ball handling. Cunningham was the one pulled out of position the most. It was a struggle as the Fever watched the Sun lead grow to as many as 15. By the time Cunningham went down after spraining her right ankle again, they still trailed by 9 points. However, while Colson's injury was a gut punch, White said Cunningham's injury provided a spark to the finish. Bonner was at the center of it, knocking down a trio of 3-pointers to give Indiana a 78-76 lead with 2:46 left. The Sun, though, responded with back-to-back 3-pointers of their own to restore a lead they would not relinquish. Indiana had one final shot to win the game late, but Kelsey Mitchell's 3-pointer missed wide, giving the Fever a third straight loss.